Warmest greetings to all my incredible subscribers and new viewers alike. Hello, YouTube friends. Join us as we unravel the mysteries surrounding Myslovitz. Myslovitz is a Polish rock band. The band take their name from their industrial hometown of Mysłowice in the Upper Silesia region of southern Poland. Let's now turn our attention to band history and examine its role within the larger context. Guitarist and vocalist Artur Rojek started the band in 1992 as The Freshmen, taking the initial name from the 1990 film The Freshman, starring Marlon Brando and Matthew Broderick, indicating a fascination with cinema that would become a characteristic feature throughout the band's career. In 1994 they changed their name to Myslovitz. The band's early phase was characterized by a somewhat debonair punk attitude, as Rojek admits. I started Myslovitz in 1992. I was 20 then and I had no idea how to make good music. Surely, I was a big fan of a few British groups Ride, Stone Roses, My Bloody Valentine, House of Martins, but I couldn't play the guitar at all. After several months of rehearsals I decided that I should cover the holes in my musical education by chaos, the bigger the better. 1. Even so, they soon caught the media's attention, winning several important competitions for young musicians. This enabled them to make their first professional recordings in the studio of Radio Logs. In 1994, Myslovitz were signed by MJM Music and recorded their self-titled debut album with British producer Ian Harris, who had previously worked for, amongst others, Joy Division, New Order, and The Exploited. Upon its release in 1995, the album received euphoric reviews and was declared debut of the year by several music magazines. Some critics compared it to Oasis, who were at the peak of their popularity at that time. In 1996, Myslovitz were joined by a third guitarist and keyboarder, Przemek Misha, and released the second album Sun Machine on Sony Music Polska. The album spawned two somewhat Beatlesque airplay hits as it was Marilyn Monroe with A Face Like and Peggy Brown, the latter being a cover version of a fellow Mysłowice rock band, with lyrics originally by the Irish national bard Turlo O'Corrin in the translation by the Polish lyricist and translator Ernest Brill. The following year, the third album Z Rozmila Pozy Inidenu from Meditations Over Breakfast was released, displaying a tendency towards a more polished sound and more introspective lyrics. Also, Myslovitz's now typical fascination with cinema began to take center stage with numerous allusions and hints in the lyrics and track titles, and a certain cinematic atmosphere in the music itself. The band's interest in cinema also showed in their contributions to soundtracks. In 1998, they recorded the unconventional track To Niby film that was no film for the Polish movie Modwilki Young Wolves. The lyrics referred to a wave of violent crimes committed by juvenile delinquents, which was controversially discussed in Polish mass media in the mid-years. The explicit depiction of violence in the lyrics and the accompanying video clip, which later won a Friedrich Award as Video of the Year, caused further controversy and led Polish broadcasting networks to boycott both the song and the clip. Also in 1998, Myslovitz had their first appearances abroad with shows in Sweden, Germany, and the United States. The final breakthrough for the band came in 1999 with their fourth album entitled Mio W Czasik Popkultury Love in the Time of Pop Culture, which went platinum, i.e. 150,000 copies sold soon, and has by now achieved double platinum status in Poland. The single Dudod Zwiku Samotności Sound of Solitude became the biggest hit for the band so far. In 2000, Myslovitz again contributed to soundtracks, writing and recording the song Poloni no Wilde Camel Hunting for the movie The Big Animal Does Wires by the legendary Polish actor and director Jerzy Stor, and the single plus another two previously unreleased tracks to director Waldemar Szorek's movie That's Us to My. In 2003, Myslovitz continued their cooperation with Stor, creating not only the title song for his movie Tomorrow's Weather, but also appearing in walk-on roles as neophyte monks. In 2002, the follow-up to Mio, entitled Korova Milky Bar appeared, the title being an allusion to Stanley Kubrick's classic screen version of Anthony Burgess's A Clockwork Orange. Strikingly, the melancholic elements took over almost completely, with both music and sometimes sarcastic lyrics creating an overall downcast mood. Nonetheless, the album sold even more copies than its predecessor had in the same amount of time, with the singles Sidland and Spustosy Mars Dreamzillers repeating the success of Duggar 3 years earlier. The reason for the new material's popularity, as some critics surmised, was that its atmosphere closely conformed to a presumed resignative recessive mood within Polish society at large, which guitarist Przemek Misza seemed to confirm in an interview for the Montreal Mirror. For us, the Korova Milky Bar is a place where something different may happen to your mind. It's a place like today's Poland. You know, Poland is a place where very strange things happen to your mind. It's a country full of crisis and everything around you is very sad, very dark, very fucked. There is an economic crisis here. People don't have money, politics are fucked. The lyrics on our record are sad because of this. We sing a lot about being in a strange state of mind too. With Korova Milky Bar, Myslovitz appeared at several festivals throughout Europe, including the big, traditional German Festival for Alternative Acts Bazaar and the prestigious Montreux Jazz Festival. Also, they supported Iggy Pop and the Simple Minds on their European tours that year. Also, they received an MTV Europe Music Awards in Barcelona for Best Polish Act, having been nominated twice in previous years. In November 2002, Myslovitz signed a new contract with EMI's Polish outlet Pometon. The first album to be released on the new label was an English-language re-recording of Korova Milky Bar, which was released in 27 countries including Germany, the Netherlands, Belgium, Switzerland, France, Spain, Russia, Turkey and South Africa. In addition to the Korova material, this version also included English versions of older tracks. Duggar Zwykłe Samotności now became a single as The Sound of Solitude, an earlier English version, somewhat awkwardly but more correctly entitled The Length of the Solitude Sound, had been a Polish B-side. A video clip for this song was directed Janusz Kaminski, the Polish Hollywood cinematographer who had won Academy Awards for Best Cinematography with Schindler's List and Saving Private Ryan, and had declined an offer from Martin Scorsese in order to work with Myslovitz. Kaminski declares himself a fan of Myslovitz, saying, "I only work for Spielberg and Myslovitz. Money is not a factor in this. What one doesn't do for one's idols." The clip got frequent plays on MTV Europe and the album received positive reviews in the European music press, particularly in Germany. However, radio airplay was sporadic and largely limited to alternative programs such as John Peel in the UK. As a consequence, Myslovitz so far failed to enter the upper reaches of the charts outside Poland. Also in 2003, Myslovitz performed with Travis and Skin of Skunk Anansi fame on the road to Edinburgh, where they received another MTV Europe Music Award for Best Polish Act. The same year, Sony Music domestically released an obligatory end-of-contract compilation album, entitled The Best Of. The lead single Krakow was an older song re-recorded with as Polish folk rock stars Marek Gryciuta and Anoa. In the summer of 2004, Myslovitz were touring Europe again, starting with a concert for the German public radio and television broadcaster WDR on the eve of EU enlargement. Apart from headlining smaller venues and playing festival slots including the largest Swiss open-air event in Street Golan, they again opened for Iggy Pop and the Stooges on their European dates, as well as for The Cause in the UK and mainland Europe. In December 2004, EMI released Myslowitz's most recent album entitled Sklary, Mijiki, Nonki Angelfish, Swartales, Neon Tetras, an out-of-schedule release with outtakes from the Korova Milky Bar recording sessions. Long-form, psychedelic, experimental and downbeat instrumental soundscapes took center stage. Sklary earned Myslovitz comparisons to Radiohead and Pink Floyd. At the time, the band had finished recording of their new album Happiness is Easy. It was released in May 2006. Mysłowice's success arguably contributed to a revitalization of the Polish alternative rock scene in the late ers and early ers, which spawned bands such as M. Komendu's Bierniaka Powiaskak and Lily Marlene. In April 2012, frontman and co-founder Artur Rojek left the band after 20 years to pursue a solo career and continue work as creative director for the annual OFF festival. Rojek was replaced by singer Mika Kowlonek, who left the band in 2018, exactly 6 years to the day of Rojek's departure. In the upcoming section, we'll be dissecting band members and exploring its intricate connections to our topic. Current member some tuż Pazymiso lead vocals, guitar represent Wojciech Łotek power guitar represent Pozamizo Pozemek Misha guitar, keyboards represent Jacek Kuderski bass guitar, backing vocals represent Wojciech Łotek, Lola Kuderski drums, percussion represent. Former members Marcin Bongo Pacek bass guitar 1992, Upper Silesia drums 1992, Artur Rojek lead vocals, guitar 1992-2012, Mika Kowlonek lead vocals, guitar 2012-2018. Former touring member Łukaszczyk lead vocals, guitar 2018-2019. The time has come to unravel the secrets behind Mysłowice and Mysłowice and gain a deeper understanding. Mysłowice follow the tradition of ers American rock acts who took their names from their places of origin, such as Chicago or Boston. When choosing their name, the band seemed to be inspired by an ambiguous relationship towards their hometown which they felt to be rather provincial. In a review of the best of, the liberal Catholic weekly Tydownik passionately stated that coming from Mysłowice, the band entered the new, wonderful world of show business with a small town complex. In an interview with the Montreal Mirror see above, guitarist Pozemek Misha called Mysłowice depressing like all small towns are. In Poland there are few big towns. And by big town I mean where there is culture. You know, towns that have big clubs. We still live in Mysłowice, but this is a city to die in, not to live. Our region of Poland, in the south, is very industrial, coal mining, hard industry too. For statements like these, Mysłowice were sometimes chided for fouling their own nest. Paradoxically, however, they even helped to sanitize the city's image. Says the music journalist Leszek Noyski, author of the standard work Encyclopedia Polskiego Rocka, Mysłowice is a city of some 100,000 people. Until the earlies, it was known, at best, for its comines until these 5 guys with guitars turned the mining town into a place that could be located on any map of Poland. Mysłowice's impact was one factor which stimulated the development of a local music scene. By now, with bands such as Negati and Supermusic, a lively alternative rock and hip-hop culture is flourishing in Mysłowice. Far away from Warsaw as the center of the commercial Polish entertainment industry, it even benefits from its image as being peripheral, obscure, and non-commercial, not totally unlike the British Manchester phenomenon in the ers and early ers. As we enter this new phase, let's uncover the impact of awards on our broader topic. Apart from numerous accolades awarded by Polish music magazines and radio stations, Mysłowice received the weekly Polityka's prestigious Paszport in the category Pop Rock Entertainment in 1999. In 2000, the Polish Playboy declared Dogozwiku Samotnicy and Mysłowice Song of the Year and Band of the Year respectively, whereas the Polish issue of Elle declared them the most stylish stars in music. Mysłowice were frequently nominated for Friedrichs, the Polish equivalent of the BRIT Award or the Grammy, in various categories. In total, they received 7 Friedrich Awards in 1998 for Music Video of the Year for To Nie by Film It Wasn't a Movie see above, in 1999 for Band of the Year and Rock Album of the Year for Dogozwiku Samotnicy, Length of the Sound of Solitude, in 2000 for Song of the Year for Gypsy Town Boys and Video of the Year for Dla Ciebie for You, and in 2003 for Album of the Year for Krowa Milky Bar. After 2 nominations in previous years, Mysłowice were declared Best Polish Act at the MTV Europe Music Awards in 2002 and again in 2003. On January 23, 2005, As part of the European Commission's Border Breakers Award ceremony held at MIDEM 2005 in Cannes, Myslovitz received the European Breakthrough Award for Krover Milky Bar as the best-selling album out of the 10 new EU member states. Don't forget to check out my other videos for more valuable content.